Thank you, Father Kelly, Reverend Fathers, any honored guests, and my dear brothers. I grew up and was born into a Catholic family in the small town of Maple Lake, Minnesota, a small town of 2,000 Irish Catholics about an hour west of here. I went to Catholic grade school and Catholic middle school, and my mom was my first grade teacher, so the faith always had a very strong and firm place in the life of my family. It was in the fourth grade where I first had my initial call, quote unquote, to priesthood, where during a school mass on a Thursday, a very holy priest by the name of Father Michael Eisen, some of the Stillwater guys know him, he asked, how many of you young men are going to be priests one day? And I was like, ooh, pick me, I want to be a priest, I want everyone to know I want to be a priest. So that's where it all started. It was that same year in fourth grade where I learned how to altar serve and have loved every moment of altar serving ever since then. In middle school, after sixth grade, all of my friends left St. Tim's for the public high school, or the public middle school at the time. And I had stayed on because we had just started 7th and 8th grade at the Catholic school. And so I was part of the experiment class. And so that was a very difficult time. It was also during that time my family moved from living in town to out in the country. And so I didn't really have as many friends around. And so I became lonely. I started living this life of sin. But it was also through this that in 8th grade, my mom put me in confirmation classes so I would make friends before going off to public high school. And even though I was going to the Catholic school still, I started taking these confirmation classes, and it was this confirmation program that absolutely saved my life and saved my faith. It was in the 9th grade of confirmation classes. I was on retreat, and a very holy woman who was our dear at the DRE at the time, her name's Debbie. She's one of my 7 other spiritual mothers. She asked me, she told me, Alex, the Lord is telling me that you need to be discerning the priesthood. And this was like the last thing on my mind. I had pushed it off. I was going to get married. I was going to have a big family. I had all these ambitions. But in that moment, I knew, yes, I need to be discerning this. So then I made this complete 180-degree turn. I'm like, I'm going to be living for the Lord and following His will in everything. That next year went by, and in 10th grade, I got confirmed. And that following summer, I met this girl at Extreme Faith Camp, and I'm like, Lord, why her? As we can all see, this didn't pan out very well. The Lord was still calling me on to seminary. And so I made it through camp, made it through that summer. 11th grade, I came back and I started teaching religious ed classes for the same program that had saved my faith. I wanted to share everything good that the Lord had done for me. And that was just so edifying to be able to stand up and teach. And many people came up and would be like, Alex, priesthood is definitely something you need to continue looking at. So I did that. Winter of my senior year of high school, I went on Archbishop's discernment retreat. And there, just by chance, I met Zach Oschenbauer and Nathaniel Dobner, and by the grace of God, we're all in the same fraternity here now. So the Lord works in wonderful ways. After that retreat, I made peace with the idea of entering seminary, and I made the deal with God. Lord, if you don't want me to be a priest, then either A, kick me out of seminary, or B, give me a surefire sign that I'm not supposed to be a priest. And He's done neither of those thus far. So that summer, went to another week of camp, and of course, the Lord throws me a curveball and sends this other beautiful woman into my life. And it's like, I saw her coming a mile away, and yet still got hit by it. And the Lord was just showing me through all of that, yes, you have this beautiful desire in your heart, but your total deepest desire is for me. And so I filled out the application to seminary, and after proving I was sane and competent, I was given permission to study as a seminarian for the Archdiocese on July 25th of 2017. And since coming to seminary, these have been the best 2+ years of my life. The Lord has shown me so many graces, worked in so many amazing ways, given me so many good friends. And although I'm still discerning whether or not priesthood is the for sure thing for me, I sure hope God is calling me to be a priest. Praise be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever.